Hi guys, Max18363 here, and this is part 18. And that was an awesome bicycle kick. So yeah, what's been happening then? Well, I think it's finally stopped snowing in Scotland, sort of. We've had a few flurries, but there's still tons of snow on the ground, but it isn't actually, there's no more snow out of the sky at the moment, it's all good. But it's awesome, it's like several feet of snow, I'm loving it, it's great. Just a pity it also means that it's really cold. But it's all good. So yeah, we're on to interval.
She's the president of Armageddon. I was able to confirm that she wasn't around when Fettel's men hit the compound, but I can't seem to track her down. Maybe she doesn't want to be found.
So yeah, this is interval 6 out of 10. So we're well over halfway there now. So we're getting there. And we've sort of just made it back to the surface from the previous level, and still looking for Paxton Vettel. That radio transmission we just heard there, that was Better's talking about, probably won't be able to pronounce it right, Genevieve Aristide or something like that. She's one of the big head shades of Armacan. One of the main ones responsible for all the bloodshed that we're witnessing. If you play through F.E.A.R 2, actually, you discover where she's been all this time.
Oh, it's you. Christ, I thought I was a goner.
Mr. Fakes, you're still alive.
No thanks to you guys.
What are you doing here?
The elevators are offline, and those soldiers are everywhere. Now, you've got to find the security office and override the lockdown.
You gonna stay put this time?
On my honor.
Yeah, because F.E.A.R 2 takes place slightly before the end of the original F.E.A.R, if that makes sense. And it kind of explains where she's been hiding all this time, as she doesn't actually appear in this game. You hear from her in various voicemails and stuff that she's left behind, but you don't actually meet her. And that other fat git that we just spoke to there, that was Norton Mapes. The thorn in the point man's finger, to coin a phrase.
First message from an outside number. Jason, it's me. I just saw the news. What's going on? Please call me back and let me know you're okay. I'm really freaking out. End of messages.
Yeah, it's just a pity that F.E.A.R's way of telling the story isn't a little better done. I mean, these voicemails and stuff are all fine and well, but a lot of them aren't, let's be honest, they're not all that interesting a lot of the time. And I think one of the problems is you only get to experience it once. You know, you find that you listen to it and you can only experience once right there and then, and that's it. Unlike Doom 3, for example, where you could pick up audio logs and listen to them again later on in the game if you wanted to, as many times as you liked. I don't know, I just thought it was a little better done. Yeah, it's kind of interesting recording this level because I seem to be getting some frame rate issues a couple of times in this level. It's only once or twice, but it is there. When F.E.A.R was released 5 years ago, it was a bit of a system hog. It took, at the time, it took some pretty beefy systems to be able to run it at its full settings with everything all sort of maxed out. Of course, these days most computers are capable of handling it. It's a reasonably up-to-date rig that I've got, but even now, just once in a while, it kind of struggles with some of the heavier fights. I think it's more to do with the fact that F.E.A.R is running in the background as well, rather than... If I run the game without F.E.A.R, it tends to run just fine. But it's with F.E.A.R, just every once in a while it just kind of slows down a bit. Which I suppose is understandable. So yeah, I've been kind of intentionally not using my explosives too much at this level. Sort of trying to save them up a bit as much as possible, and that's basically in lieu of the next level. What's it called? Unauthorized personnel is the name of the level. I just simply call it turret syndrome. It's a bit of a bastard. It really helps to try and save some of your sticky bombs and stuff for that level. Just to explain, it's basically the first half of the level is just dealing with Armacan's automated turrets that appear rather frequently, and they're a bit of a bastard to take out because they can take a fair bit of shooting, and the damage they can deal out is really quite horrific. It's actually probably my least favourite part of the game. I mean, for the most part, I really enjoy playing through F.E.A.R. I think it's a pretty solid combat engine, but it's that little section with the turrets wasn't too keen in it, to be honest. Just simply because it's no fun fighting them. It's more annoying than anything else. That'll be in the next upload though, so I don't need to worry about it this time. It's actually not as bad as I make out. If you've been finding your reflex boosters and your health boosters and stuff, then that does make it a bit easier. Kind of gives you a bit of an edge. Because by this point we've accumulated quite a few reflex boosters, so our slow-mo meter is pretty lengthy now, so we get a good few seconds out of it. So that does help a bit, it has to be said.
Here's some more info about F.E.A.R. It was developed as part of a project called Origin. It says the first prototype didn't work out. F.E.A.R was the second, and there was never a third. They just pulled the plug a few years after he was born.
yeah, we still got some happy times ahead of us. Still got to rescue Alice Wade.
You have one new message. First message from Genevieve Aristide. John, it's Genevieve. It seems the Senator's plan failed. His Special Forces team has been unable to neutralize F.E.A.R. We should assume the worst. Instruct the security force to repel all outsiders. We need time to clean things up. End of messages.
So yeah, we still got to rescue Alice Wade and escort her out the building. That's a pretty cool sequence actually. There's a really good scene which we'll see, sort of an elevator sequence actually, which is really, it's one of my favourite moments in the game actually. So yeah, once you've sort of flicked that switch, disable some of the security, you can actually get back. Yeah, I sort of looked at, we saw this room earlier, but we couldn't actually get to it because the doors were shut. So once you flick that switch, you can gain access, and another sort of yummy reflex booster. And yeah, what else is coming up?
Sayonara Sucker.
He really is a prick, isn't he? I hate him. It's not often I hate computer game characters, but he's one. Oh, I just hate him. But yeah, no, we still got to deal with, oh, I can't remember what they're called. I'll just be crude, they're flying robots, because that's technically what they are. We still got to deal with them as well. That's a few levels away, yeah, but that's kind of another one of Armacan's experiments. Obviously they don't just deal with telepathic soldiers and clone armies, no, they also create all kinds of technology, weapons and robotics and all kinds of stuff. That's pretty brutal that. But till the next time, behave yourself.